Hello and welcome to another edition of In the Box Seat from the Gold Coast Turf Club. Ella Cohen joins me and special guest Peter Robl. Darwin's, well, you're that close to getting a statue every time you go up there. You're stealing all the money. I think Hadouken and yourself might be out the front next time you lob up there for the Darwin Cup Carnival.
Yeah, no, it's certainly been a good couple of trips up to Darwin, and I know the signwriter was really happy because he didn't have to repaint the statue.
That's right. That's right. What a terrific horse he's been. Obviously, we got to see him in southeast Queensland when he first ventured up from Gabriel Ellis from Warwick Farm, and he won quite a few races on the Poly, and that sort of looked about where he was at. And then you had a brainwave and said, I'm off to Darwin with him, and what a success story he's been.
Yeah, it's one of them quite amazing stories. Like, as you say, he come up from Sydney. I think he'd won 4 out of 4 on the Poly.
Yep.
That's where, we thought his racing probably lied, to be quite honest with you, because he'd had a few runs in Brisbane kind of in between and managed to run 3rd and 4th, but probably just wasn't good enough. And then, look, he's such a relaxed horse that I had a bit of not a brainwave, but an idea that Darwin would suit him simply because he loved a firm track.
Yep.
And he had natural gait speed, which is an asset in Darwin, and the fact he was such a relaxed horse, I thought, well, he'll travel, no dramas at all. So that's how it all come around, and the first year worked out perfectly. He went up there, he had 3 runs with 3 wins, culminating in winning the Darwin Cup. So from last year to this year, everything we'd done with the horse was centred around getting back to Darwin. This year we decided to go via Alice Springs. And, it's not lost on me, but it's probably a lot of people don't realise that horse, he left the Gold Coast on the 1st of March.
Yeah, right.
So he's been on the road since then. So that just tells you what sort of temperament and how relaxed that horse is, that he just handles it all. And we got to Alice, and I give him a little trial on the Alice Springs track probably 10 days after we got there, and he didn't go a yard, so I knew we were in trouble.
And just explain to everyone, as much as it looks both dirt, that they are 2 different types of dirt.
They're 2 completely different types of dirt, which I didn't realise till we got there. Alice is a lot sandier and it's a lot more shifty, which probably represents more of a slow sort of track as you would get on a grass surface, which he certainly doesn't go on. And he never travelled on that surface at all. So the fact that he runs 6th in the Cup there at Alice Springs, we thought he was certainly on track and going as good as what he's going when we left there to go to Darwin.
And then you arrive in Darwin, he has his first up run, and then the Chief Minister's Cup at, 70-1? He went around, everyone sort of forgotten about him after the first up run, which 1,300 was not...
Not everyone.
No, obviously you didn't.
Look, it was quite amazing because I trialled him...
Obviously you forgot our number.
I trialled him in Darwin, he trialled up really well, and then I put Paul Shears on him in just a 1,300 metre handicap. And like I said to Paul, he can't win a 1,300 metre handicap. He's just not sharp enough. But give him a good hit out. And Shears, he said, once he got him behind him and got that kick back in his face, he just basically grabbed his bat and ball and went home. And I said, it's surprising in the sense that last year in Darwin, when he had the 3 runs, he either led or he was outside leader. And in the Darwin Cup, he was 4 and 5 deep. So even though he'd had a preparation in Darwin, he'd actually never experienced any sort of kickback. And that was the first time. And look, as tough a horse as he is, he's quite temperamental. If he doesn't like something, that's it. He clocks off. And he's done that on a couple of heavy tracks here in Queensland. I think Kyle Taylor Wilson rode him one day at the Sunny Coast, and he got like 38 lengths on a heavy track. And then came out next start and run 2nd at Eagle Farm on a good track. So he can do that. So anyway, after that first up run, I said to Sears, he's going to run the Chief Minister's Cup, and he said, I'll ride him. I said, don't worry about that. And in his gallop before the Chief Minister, he worked probably as good as he's worked in Darwin. And the only thing I said to Paul in that race was just sit 3 deep on him. It'll be a bad-looking ride, but it'll be the right ride for the horse. And as you see, he sat 3 deep outside the speed. They took him on at 1,000, and he just, that's how he likes to race up there. And he won at $71.
Yeah.
Like, it was ridiculous.
And there was no $71 come Cup Day. He was right in the market, but it was a roughie that sort of loomed up at the 200-metre mark that was coming to get him, and Blake sort of pushed him out, and he just pinned the ears back and wanted to find the line and wanted to win his second Darwin Cup.
Yeah, he's just so tough when like the races are run to suit, in a sense that he's out in free galloping room doing his own thing. Prince Joffrey certainly give Hadouken a fright, and certainly made him have to stretch his neck out, and certainly made Blake earn his riding fee.
Speaking of Blake, obviously a good mate of yours, and how did that come about for Blake to head up to Darwin to ride the winner for you?
Well, last year I spoke to Blake when we decided to go up there, and he was like, yeah, I'll come and ride him, but the horse's rating wasn't high enough, so he didn't get to wait for Blake to come up. We were hoping that he'd get 55, and then Blake could probably come up and ride him half over.
Yep. But
he only got 54, so that's how Tyler Siller picked up the ride on him. And then this year, naturally, I speak to Blake quite a lot, and I said, if he's going good enough, you can come and ride him. And he's like, yeah, I'll come and ride him for sure. So that's how kind of that eventuated. And then after his first up run, I said, don't worry about that. Like, he couldn't win a 1,300 anyway.
Yeah.
He's on track. And look, it's great that we're great mates, and it certainly made the win a lot more special. But it can't be lost either that he's probably one of the premier riders in Australia, and he's knocked back rides. I think it was at Sandown on the Sunday to come up, and then on the Monday, you had your spring horses trialling also. So it's not like he's come up because there was absolutely nothing happening back in Victoria. So we were grateful that he come up and rode him, and we got certainly the result that made it all worthwhile and gave us great satisfaction.
And there's some radio interviews that you've done, I think it was a couple of days after the race, that you were struggling to remember what happened on Darwin Cup Day. Is that correct? Or?
We remember what happened on Darwin Cup Day. Like, the next 12 hours was really blurry.
Well, we've only heard the best things about Darwin Cup Carnival, so I'm sure it was an absolute hoot for you up there. And having the two-peat would have made it a little bit more exciting.
Just quickly tell us, with the horse being away from the Gold Coast from March and doing Ellis and Darwin, how many times have you gone back and forth to?
I think it was about 8 times.
Yeah, right.
I spent a month in Alice with the 2 horses, him and Zurada, and then when they went to Darwin, I think I've been back and forth about 8 times.
Yeah.
I'd go back for like 4 or 5 days, and then actually come back to the Gold Coast. And look, things are made easier because a good friend of mine owns a hotel at Palmerston there.
Yeah, right.
Robinson, he owns a Regis there.
More than happy to give them a plug for next
Shout,
time.
there we go.
Foxy Robinson owns a Palmerston.
In the box seat on tour to Darwin next year, I hear.
Regis at Palmerston.
Yep.
So he just books me out a room for 2 months.
Yep.
Beautiful.
So that way I don't have to worry about packing bags and clothes.
Yep.
So I just get on a plane, come home, then get on a plane and go back. So
Excellent.
It makes life a lot easier.
Yeah, it would.
But that's what I say. When you travel with horses so far away, without actual people helping you along the way, while you're there, it'd be so much more difficult.
Yeah.
And it's the same as when I was in Darwin. Give a special thank you to Chloe Baxter, who I stayed with.
Yep.
Because when I wasn't there, she was obviously took control of the horses and done a marvellous job. And without those people helping you when you travel, you certainly couldn't do it.
So any other runners for us to watch over the next racing season?
Yeah, I've got a horse who trialled up yesterday called Hasten Delight.
Yep.
I think he could probably get to a listed grade over the carnival here in Brisbane. He come back from Hong Kong.
So did you had him originally, and then he went to Hong Kong?
Had him originally. He won 4 out of 5, and then went to Hong Kong. He won a couple of races in Hong Kong. Won the bonus they have over there for Class 3 horses, and then probably the owners thought that he'd reached his level in Hong Kong, so they were happy to send him back and continue his racing career here in Australia, which is certainly a benefit to me. So he's going really good at that horse. He runs first up Saturday week in Brisbane,
Perfect.
in which I think he can win. He's certainly going good enough to win, so fingers crossed he does win.
Well, you better get in contact with us before the Darwin Cup three-peat. We'll be more than happy to stay at the hotel.
Yep.
And we'll make a big show, and we'll take the in the box seat on tour.
I think so.
Like a caravan tour, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds good.
Thank you, Pete, for coming on the show.
Pete.
We really appreciate
Terrific.
it.
And we'll look out for those nice 3-year-olds coming through the ranks as well.
Definitely.
Peter Robl joining us on In the Box Seat. Good to catch up with Peter Robl. Some interesting times in Darwin, no doubt. But we'll have to get on that bus next year.
I think so.
Big weekend coming up, Beaudesert Cup Day.
Yes, our sister race club, Beaudesert. We're very excited to head there this weekend for the Beaudesert Cup. Obviously, a big one on their calendar. A new home for it in August. It's normally in July. So there are still tickets available if you do want to head out to the Beaudesert Cup. Snatch up. I think there's very limited remaining hospitality, maybe some seats in the country luncheon. That is it. Or pick up some GA tickets and just head out and enjoy the country hospitality that is the Beaudesert Race Club.
24 or 25 degree day,
Beautiful.
fine weather. Back's on from exhibition week. The track will be good. It'll be a bumper day. It will rival Anzac Day, I think, going forward with the crowd.
Sure.
So
I think it's a good new home for it here in August. So.
thanks. I come up with that one. Actually, Brownie and I did. We'll better find a winner for the day.
Yes, let's find a winner. I've gone the local man, Michael Morrison, a deal of humour in the Beaudesert Cup. I think knows the track, knows it well. So that's who I'm going to stick in for the Beaudesert Cup.
I'll go Monastery in the Beaudesert Cup for James Healy. Goes forward. I think Beaudesert will suit it. It will be able to sit up on speed and be hard to beat in the Cup. So Monastery in the Beaudesert Cup for me. All right, that takes us away for a busy show on In the Box Seat. Make sure you tune into Beaudesert if you can't be trackside, but get to yourself trackside. Get those last-minute tickets available through beaudesertraceclub.com.
Absolutely.
And also the awards night. How could we forget? Next week.
We have the awards night coming up next week. So next week we'll preview...
Big recap.
Big recap of all the winners who we announced. We're very excited to do that. There are very limited tickets left. So if you do want to get along, you have to get in quick because, there's not much left available. So that will be a huge night next week and we'll recap it here on In the Box Seat.
Awesome. Thanks for tuning in to In the Box Seat.